Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. It's that every other Wednesday all live Kiss chat. What's going on, people? And we got some cool stuff tonight. I'm going to talk about some of the Kiss collectibles that I used to have. Scanned a bunch of photos, so I can bring all those up as well. Hold on one second. Yeah, they're all set up here. So yeah, just wait for some people to start popping in the chat, and we'll just chat away for some Kiss stuff. Hopefully, everybody we get a good crowd tonight. Started an hour later because I thought I'd be working late, and I actually could have started at 8 o'clock if I wanted to. Ended up not working late, but it's been a decent week so far. So anybody out there want to chat some Kiss stuff? And we'll see where we go from here. If we get some people popping in, if not, yeah, we always end the stream. This is one of those crapshoot things. People show up and chat, we chat. People don't show up and chat, and we call it a night. But I got a bunch of cool collectibles that I used to have in my collection that I scanned all these old photos. Some of the images are a little grainy because I blew them up a little bit, but you'll be able to tell what they are. And I got some old photos of some other stuff as well. So let's see who's here. Oh, Mr. Brady Patrick, you want the best? You got the best, the hottest YouTube. Mr. Brady, what's going on, buddy? My cohort, my buddy, and my cohort from that Our Movie podcast. John, resident Kiss fan, what's up? How is your Wednesday going? And yeah, this is our Kiss and chat. So let's see if people pop in. They want to chat some Kiss stuff. I got a whole bunch of photos to bring up of all the Kiss collectibles. Not all of the ones I used to have because I was trying to get as many photos scanned as I could, but I didn't have enough time. But I got a lot of them. I have about 20 some odd photos of my old Kiss room because I used to have a 2-bedroom apartment. One whole room was just Kiss stuff. Like there was I had like these tall collectible like curio cabinets filled with Kiss memorabilia, and like a short one, and then on the other side of the room was Kiss pinball machine. But instead of just talking about it, I will bring the picture up. So this was my Kiss room. This picture is probably from when did my wife and I move in together? I want to say 98. So this was my Kiss room in 1998. So those are 3 cabinets filled with Kiss stuff that I used to have and that I no longer have, unfortunately. Sold it off. Yeah, I would love to have all that stuff back. It's worth a fortune now, and it's Kiss memorabilia is just so not overpriced, but just really, really expensive, especially the original stuff from the 70s, which this stuff all is. So you got your curio cabinets there. I got I'll stand through some of the pictures. So this was one side of the room, and this was the other side of the room. The other side of the room, I had a small little cabinet filled with some Kiss stuff. There's the Kiss pinball machine. You got my Ace smoking guitar poster in the background there. You got the Kiss guitar, the Kiss toy guitar. So yeah, that was a cool little apartment. Everybody used to get a kick out of it. That an entire Kiss room filled with stuff. And shout out to my wife who actually well, she wasn't the happiest person about having an entire room full of Kiss stuff, but she used to tolerate it. But I'll do some close-up photos. So that the smaller cabinet there had a bunch of cool stuff in it. So you're looking at the Kiss bedspread up top left, the Kiss Your Face makeup kit. This was, I believe, it doesn't say water-soluble formula. I know I had both versions because there was 2 versions. Those who don't know, there was the water-soluble version, and then there was actually the misprint version. If you looked at the front of the Kiss makeup kit, it said makeup to look like Gene, Paul, Ace, and Chris. They put Chris at the end, Peter Chris's last name rather than his first name. It didn't say Peter. So there's a couple of belt buckles there. If you look to the right underneath the Kiss pillow is actually got a car on it. That's from 1980 when they went in Australia. There's a little Kiss eraser from Japan, which I seem to find is very expensive these days. There's a Kiss pendant in there. There's the model van, some stickers, the poster put-ons. Those are all notebooks at the bottom. The far right is the Australian beach towel. There's a Kiss brass belt buckle. There's Rockstars stickers. There's not stickers, trading cards. That's a full box of them. And that was who was on there? It was the Village People, the Babies, Kiss, Oh God, who was the other band? I don't even remember now. I know, remember it was the Village People, the Babies, and Kiss, and oh God, I forget who the other. Maybe somebody knows. What's John saying? Do you or anybody in the chat have any Kiss merch from the 70s you ordered or bought at a concert or through mail? Or no, all the stuff I had, a lot of the stuff here I bought at the conventions over time back in the 80s, and just picked up a lot of stuff. My father was a big flea market guy. My mother and father used to love flea markets. So in the early 80s, we used to go to flea markets, because early 80s, you started to see a lot of flea markets pop up, because a lot of the local drive-in theaters kind of fell out of favor, and they just used to have flea markets. So I remember we used to get a bunch of Kiss stuff. A lot of the stuff they used to discount and just used to send to like discount stores. I think I told the story. I'll bring the Kiss Mego dolls up in a minute. I remember vividly, probably like 1981, 82, going to it was a closeout store called Odd Lot in Paramus, New Jersey, because I used to live in northeastern New Jersey. And I remember walking in and seeing a whole shelf of Kiss Mego dolls in boxes. And all this stuff was discounted because Kiss had lost a lot of popularity by then. And I remember they were like, I want to say they were like $2 a piece. Now, like a full set in like mint boxes are like $1,500. I'd like to go back in time and just buy the whole fucking shelf. Hold on. I guess my wife doesn't know I'm live here, so I will just let her know. They're on their way home. So, but no, I didn't buy anything from any of them. Just the first concert, I didn't go see Kiss until the 80s. So I didn't see them in the 70s, unfortunately. But I used to get stuff at Christmas time. I remember getting a lot of this stuff. I remember my brother and I getting the Mego dolls and pulling that shit apart. And hold on, let me just let my wife know that I'm live, and I cannot chat on the phone right now. Uno momento. I know this is very professional. There we go. Look at that. Unless she pops in and starts yelling at me. Yeah, the pillow is awesome. Yeah, that was great, because it's got Eric. If you look at the bottom, it's actually Eric Carr on there, because he went to Australia, because they had already fired Peter Criss by that point. Hey, what's up, Bill? Billy Bear. Is there anything Kiss hasn't slapped their name on at this point? I don't know, man. That's a good question. I doubt it. They've slapped their name on everything, going back to 75, 76, when they started basically with just pins and posters and T-shirts. See what other stuff here. So I used to organize all my stuff in the Kiss in my cabinets by member. So this is like all the Ace stuff right here. So you have the Halloween costume. You have those cups there, which were from Magic Market. Ace Frehley 8-track. There's an Ace Frehley pin there. There's the belt buckle from the Love Gun order form, the signature necklace from the Love Gun order form, the Kiss rock sticks, Kiss pen, right, the Kiss Ace notebook to the right, and MB jigsaw puzzle in the background there. So, and I had it for each one. So if you scroll, so that's all the Ace stuff. I thought I put this all in order. I guess I didn't. But the stuff on the left are Tyvek jackets. That's the Kiss backpack. Series 2 Donruss Kiss bubblegum cards. Kiss Maybelline makeup kit. I forget what number it is. There was several different versions, and they had numbers on them. The middle thing is the WPLJ. What do you call it? WPLJ button from when Kiss played Madison Square Garden in 77. Yeah, there was Kiss condoms. They used to sell them at the concert. I'm trying to remember what tour that was. They had them at. I know they had them. I'm pretty sure they had them at the Revenge tour. Hey, what's up, McC? What's going on? So yeah, if anybody tuned in, we're just scrolling through. These are all pictures of the Kiss collection I had 20 some odd years ago. So let's keep scrolling through. So this was one of the top shelves. So there you have. So there was a Kiss remote control van. And there was 2 versions. Actually, there was 3 versions, because there was one, I think there was Canadian, so it had French writing on it. I never got that one. But you had this one with the flap, and then you'll see another version I had, which was like a square box. And the top right there is a Kiss radio. That was an AM radio. And there's I can't make out what 8-track that is. But that right behind is the 2 Kiss comic books. That's the Kiss Marvel comic book printed in Kiss blood. John says the Kiss model van was sought after piece, like the Kiss transistor radio. Yep, there it is. Original costumes, bubblegum cards, none of that stuff was available in in Ontario, I guess maybe up. I don't know. Kiss was pretty big in Canada. I'm surprised, but I guess maybe it wasn't that easy to get that stuff up there. Mick collects a lot of 70s and 80s Kiss merch. Yeah, I had all this stuff. Like I said, I sold it. It was the right thing at the time, but man, I would love to get it all back someday. I have to hit the lottery though, because it's so fucking expensive. So here's a good one. There's the Kiss Tiger record player, 2 Kiss buttons, and Kiss combs. I believe they were Australian, the Kiss combs, if I remember correctly. And right behind it is the Kiss Originals album. So the one on the left is the US version, and on the right is the Originals 2 from Japan. They came with all the different masks. So for those that are tuning in, I'm sure if you tune in, you're watching this, you're a Kiss fan. So you know the Kiss Originals album was a 3-album set. The first version, and it had the original Kiss album, it had Hotter Than Hell and Dressed to Kill, and the Kiss Originals 2 had Rock and Roll Over, Destroyer, and Love Gun. And it was never released in the States. It was only Japan. See, top shelf, you got Viewmasters, and that's actually right there, I believe, is the Canadian version of the Viewmasters. John, if I remember correctly, because it was the small package ones, and I thought that was because I think it has French writing on it. There's the other Kiss comic book right behind it. That's the second version. And on the left was Kiss Nation comic book, where they repackaged both of the Kiss comic books. That was during they started, when was that? That was during the reunion tour. They put that out. And there's a Kiss lunchbox and the thermos that goes with it. And right behind was the Kiss Years book. That was the Barry Levine book. And there was another Kiss book right behind there too. Kiss record player, difficult to find. Is a real one. Yeah, mine was definitely real, but it's real tough to find them in a box too, man. I always wanted to get one in the original box. I mean, I know they make reproduction boxes now, but I always wanted one in the box. Thanks, man. Wish I still had it all. But you know what? I can say I had it. I enjoyed it for many, many years. And all this stuff is probably in other people's collections, and hopefully they're treasuring it like I did. This is the Gene Simmons shelf. So there's the Magic Market Cups, the 8-track, the Kiss Gene costume. What else is back there? The jigsaw puzzles. There's a little thing of Kiss blood there. That was a knockoff. That wasn't. I just thought it was cool, so I remember buying it. But that's actually a knockoff. That's not an official released collectible. The Gene Simmons signature necklace. The Love Gun belt buckle. A pin, and to the far right is a set of Kiss cards. Those were from Holland. They were like these real small cards, almost like the tobacco style cards. This is the Paul Stanley shelf. So there you go. There's the costume, the 8-track, the Magic Market Cups, the rock sticks, the pen, the signature necklace, belt buckle, pin. Oh, and I keep forgetting they're flat. It's hard to see. If you look to the far right, those, when the Kiss came out with the solo albums, they came out with 45s, and it was a release of like the first release off of each of their albums, and it came with a little mask. So it was a 45. It was a picture disc of each of their signature colors, and it came with a mask as well. Why didn't I just zoom in? Hold on. Oh, it needs to see me that close. That's a frightening sight. So hold on one second. My first piece of official Kiss merch was the original Kiss Army kit. I got one up. It's coming up here. Ordered it from the advert inside the Gatefold Destroy album in '76. I have a picture up that's going to be coming up with one of them that I had too. See, and here's the Peter Criss stuff. And like you can see here, you can see the 45 laying there flat. That came with the whatchamacallit. Oh, I just noticed this. So I guess at the time I took this picture, I didn't have the Peter Criss pen, because it would have been right next to the rock sticks. But I did eventually get it, because you'll see a picture of it. Didn't realize that. There's the Kiss notebook on the far right. They each had their own notebook. The cups, belt buckle. So that's all Peter stuff. This is the Kiss backpack. Kiss bedspread. Still in the package. I had one of these as a kid and we used it and obviously destroyed it. But this is a Kiss bedspread. It's got basically just got Love Gun and Alive 2 images on it. They also did have Kiss curtains, which I never got. Hey, what's up, Ryan? What's going on? Hey, Gene, what's going on? I can't stay. Just want to say hi. Hi, Gene. What's going on? Hope week's going good. The New England Price Guide on the bottom. Yeah, that was that couple that had since divorced. I forget what their names were. Yeah, they were the first ones to really come out with a cool book of collectibles, of Kiss collectibles, rather. So actually, there it is, bottom right. The bottom, there's my Kiss Army kit. I wish it was a better picture of it. And there's a couple of Kiss books. The top two are the Kiss comic books. Top left is the one printed in blood, the first one. There's the Robert Duncan book on the left. Kiss the Real Story. I'm forgetting who wrote that. And then the Kiss Headliners book. So you had the two paperback. And God, who wrote the middle one? I don't remember that one. John and Karen. Did they both die? I knew one of them died, but they both died? Nick? I didn't know that. Kiss Double View cartridge. There was a bunch of different versions of Viewmaster stuff, and this is one of them where you put in this little projector that you can look in, and it would spin. So that's the Double View cartridge. These are the Magic Market cups. Now I forget what Magic Market was. It must have been a Midwestern thing, but these were all collectible cups. You can go there. Remember how they have the collectible cups in all the different fast food chains at the time? But these were cups you could collect, and they were super cool. So only Karen passed away. Okay, gotcha. I thought maybe they both did. I was like, oof, because they weren't that old. They were only maybe a couple of years older than me. Kiss Your Face makeup kit. So this wasn't the second version. This is the first version. Let's see, Ace. Okay, so this was the corrected one, because, like I said, that there was an error version that said all you need to make yourself up like Gene, Paul, Peter, Ace. Okay, so yeah, because the first version said Gene, Paul, Ace, and Chris. It had Peter, Chris's last name. Yeah, Magic Market was like a 7-Eleven. It was like a Slev. Oh, there they are, the Kiss Mego dolls in boxes. So I know there was variations on the actual dolls. These were never open, so I don't remember what they were. There was like the skinny body versions and the muscle body versions, because they used to just mix and match pieces and parts of other dolls that they used to put out at the time, because Mego used to make dolls for everybody, like the Bionic Man and Starsky and Hutch, all that shit back then. Yeah, later versions had that, and they were the water soluble ones too. Remember, they had a big thing that said now water soluble, because you didn't have to use that cream that it came with. You wipe it off with water. Oh, there was a Kiss Neon sign. So I forgot to tell the story of the Kiss Neon sign. This is from Spencer's. This is nothing old by no means, but it was cool. It was one of the last things I saved, because it was nice to have in the back by my bar. So when I lived in Jersey, we had an old house, and we would have no windows replaced. And I used to keep this in the basement with my bar. I came home one day and I'm looking around. I didn't see it. I'm like, where the fuck did the thing go? And I seen like glass on the floor. So the guys replacing the freaking windows broke it on me and like hit it. I'm like I wasn't going to notice a Kiss Neon sign not gone. But it was funny, because I think it sold at Spencer's for like $1.50 at the time. And they didn't know any better. So I told them it was worth like $500. And they reimbursed me $500. Let's see. Remco used to add that yellow star to all their products. They collect Monster vintage toys too. Oh, cool. Nice. Do you have a page where you have all that stuff? I think I might have asked you that. That's what happens when you get old. You forget things. So yeah, here's another picture of the Viewmaster. So that's the Kiss on Tour board game. The two Kiss jigsaw puzzles up top. And on the far right was a Kiss watercolor set. That was a knockoff too. That wasn't an official thing. But it was cool. So it was cool to have, and got it pretty cheap. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, and there they are, the Kiss pens. These things just go for stupid money, especially the Peter Criss one, because was the rarest one at the time. I mean, there are people selling these things for a couple $100 a piece. It's freaking crazy. John says the Kiss Headliners book was so cool back in the day. It came out the year before the Dynasty Return of Kiss tour. I talked about this mind-boggling show with 2 sound systems and aircraft lights. I've read both of the books, and it's been so long. I'd love to. Be nice if they reprinted them or put them out there. I'd love to read them again. I haven't read them since I was a kid. There's a Kiss poster art set. So they came with the markers. You can just do one side was the destroyer, and the other side was rock and roll over. You can color it. The Kiss trash can, the Kiss Scream Machine, Pepsi Scream Machine cup. So there was multiple colors of that. So I used to go to Kiss concerts in the I think this was 78, maybe. Maybe somebody correct me. And you used to knock the bottom of it out, and it was supposed to be like a little megaphone. So that's why they called it the Scream Machine. So there's the other version of the Kiss radio control van. So it came in a smaller version without the flap. So I had both versions. And I think I remember, if you could look at it, it's actually got a sticker price on it. The sticker price was like $9.99. That in the box right now, I don't know. I don't even know what stuff is worth anymore, but I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's not cheap, because you don't see them in the boxes, mint boxes, all that often. Because the live promo poster is still mint. Nice. Yeah, the Scream Machines, they're hard to find now. They used to. I remember when I used to go to the Kiss conventions back in the day. You always used to see them. And at the time, I should have collected all the different colors, because there's various colors. I just never did. I always liked the yellow one. I always thought it looked cool, so I just kept that one. The Kiss Show Beam cartridge, which is another ViewMaster product. So you put it in this like almost like a flashlight, and you can project it on the wall. Show Beam cartridge. This was pretty rare from what I remember. There's the Kiss signature necklaces. So the 4 signature necklaces on the left, those were sold in the Love Gun order form. And the Kiss pendant on the right, if I remember correctly, it was an Australian one. Because I didn't realize how rare it was. Somebody said it was really rare. Still trying to find one in the box. Yeah, I haven't seen them in the box in a long time, man. People are hanging on to them for like dear life now, I guess. And there is the Kiss backpack, not sleeping bag. Kiss sleeping bag. Nothing. Your camping experience is not complete without a Kiss sleeping bag. So, and they were hard to find. This is the second one I had, because it was very hard to find them in the actual package. You could always find them loose, but never in the package. And I managed to snag one in the package. These are Kiss songbooks, from the Kiss originals on the far left all the way through to Crazy Nights. I think there was a few other oddball ones, but those are the ones that I had. Let's see what other stuff I found. The Kiss tour books. So the one on the far left is the original Kiss tour book. It's from 76. That was their first one. And it had like this yellow form inside it. That one still had the coupon inside it. And then there's the rest of the tour books. The two that are the 1, 2, 3rd, and 4th from your right, those are Japanese. Those are from Japan. Those are Japan tour books. Oh, excuse me. And collection wouldn't be complete without the Kiss toy guitar. There was 2 versions of this. There was the one in the box. This was the box version. Then there was one that was on a cardboard backing that was just shrink wrapped over the cardboard backing. I never had that one. I only had this one that was actually still in the sealed box. Yeah, the skinny bodies. Yeah, the skinny bodies are hard to find. Yeah, there's 3 different versions of the time. Do you have the Return of Kiss one? Because that's the rare one. I know that. That one I never got my hands on. That one goes for a lot of money, because there was very few printed. Kiss Donruss trading cards, full boxes. So this is the first series on your left, second series on your right. And those were mint boxes. I remember buying those things. God, put them on anybody from the northern New Jersey area, the Elmwood Park Flea Market. There used to be a guy that used to sell Kiss stuff all the time back in mid to late 80s. And those boxes were mint. They weren't even punched or nothing. They were just minty mint. Kiss trash can. Pardon my finger on the far right in the photo. But there's the Kiss trash can again. What else? And there it is, the unmasked cube. One of the unmasked promo cubes that you'd see in like the record stores. My dogs will not stop barking up there. What the hell are they doing? So that was cool. I never had too much of the promo stuff like that. because it was always pricey, and I never delved into it. This was something I got a good deal on, if I remember correctly. That's why I picked up the Unmasked cube. There's a Dynasty cube too. I would have liked to have gotten too. I remember the Dynasty shit when I was a kid, going to the record stores, and a lot of the Love Gun stuff too, and Alive too. Going to like Sam Goody and Corvettes and Kmart a day. I think that might be all the stuff I had here. Let me see what else is here. No, actually, the only other thing that's here is okay. So this is these are from Australia. So Kiss, when Kiss went to, especially Kiss people in the day that are in the chat, when Kiss went to Australia in 1980, it was like the Beatles coming to America, and they just had a whole slew of merchandise they released only in Australia, and these were like, I guess, Australian cereal. And the reason you save them is because if you look to see where it says Kiss, they came with all these Kiss stickers you could collect, and Kiss was on the side of it. I wish I had more pictures. I got to look through some more. I know I have more things of photos. I found this. This is like a whole package of them, but I could only scan so many and I have too much time. And they had these little stickers, and I remember getting these at a convention. And years later, people started reproducing these, but these were OG. This was before the days of reproduction shit. And yeah, I think that was it. So those are the ones that's the stuff some of the stuff I collected. When I get some time, I got to go through. I know I found, like I said, this is a whole thing of pictures I found. A lot of it's repetitive, but there's also a lot of stuff here that's not like the stuff from the 70s, because I bought a lot of the Spencer shit at the time during the reunion tour, and stuff from the 80s. And I figured I'd just show all the rare stuff. Plus, I had a shit ton of magazines, and I had some pictures of all the different magazines from the 70s. And maybe I'll have to scan some other pictures one of these days. Yeah, the Unmasked Cube, that was cool to have. That was nice. It's tough to find them now. Thanks, man. It's one of those things where you sell stuff, you're like, God, I wish I still had it. And you know what? I'm at peace with it. I have my pictures of it, had good memories of getting it, and I still follow all the Kiss groups, obviously. But those are all the Kiss collectibles. So you guys, Mick, you said you have a bunch of stuff. What's the rarest thing in your collection? Or you consider the rarest thing, I should say. Just curious. And John, do you have any stuff in your collection? Because I'm trying to think what I would consider the rarest thing. I mean, I had some rare stuff. Came out of the Dynasty cubes hanging from the ceilings. Yeah, I remember the Dynasty cubes. I remember more so in record stores. I remember going to like Sam Goody and seeing all that stuff. If I had a time machine, man, I'd be going back and gobbling all that shit up. Because it's all worth a freaking fortune now. Yeah, it's difficult. Well, what was the hardest thing for you to find? That's why. Because when somebody says something's rare, it's very subjective. Like, what would you consider something that you have in your collection that was really hard to find? Like if I was talking about my Halloween collection, probably like the Atari cartridge. That's probably the hardest thing to find. The original Atari cartridge in the box, like I have, or the 35 millimeter print that I have of Halloween. The rest of this stuff is found over time. Eugene Klein. Oh, do you have an original one? I know he did. I know he used to do like fanzine comic books when he was younger. Do you have one of the original versions? The Australian Kiss merch from 1980 was never available in Canada the first run. As I remember, it was low quality stuff, but very affordable for Australians. Yeah, there was a whole slew of stuff. I mean, they came out with all the Maybelline bags and all the big. It's like 6 different versions of the Maybelline bags. I remember that, and they had those big cardboard cutout figures, but they only had Ace, Paul, and Gene. There was a bunch of different stickers, different notebooks. They had the Kiss. They had the Kiss ice cream. They had so much cool stuff. I'll say you do. That's really cool as hell, and lots of rare monster toys. That's very, very cool. Yeah, now my collection consists of all this stuff here. And the radio. Yeah, the Kiss radio was awesome, man. One of these days I'd pick one up. I keep saying maybe I'd pick up a few Kiss items here and there just to sprinkle it in the collection, bring back the nostalgia. But Notice they don't have the Kiss conventions anymore. I wish they did because it was easy to get the stuff at the conventions. It was tough. The last few conventions, it was tough to find the vintage stuff because nobody was really selling it. It was just a lot of the newer stuff. But I remember, I think it was the last Kiss and Chat. We were chatting away. I remember saying, somebody said something like, did you used to dress up as Kiss? So I said, yeah, and I forgot to bring up the picture. So this is me and my friends. So we used to dress like Kiss every year. So that's me as Ace. And of course, this is 1990. I want to say this is 95 or 96. And they didn't have Kiss costumes yet, like for adults. So we made all our own costumes. So my boots were like old old construction boots with 2x4s at the bottom, and I wrapped them in like this obviously silver thing. And I remember going to Mandy, me and my friends going to Mandy and buying tights. So yeah, we used to go out every year and dress like it. So Brett, is Brett, you still in the chat? If you're still in the chat, let me know. I'll tell you a story. So that was us. Yeah, that's us. Me, my friend Pat. Pat was Paul Stanley. My friend Rich was Gene, and Gary was what do you call it? Peter Criss. And it was perfect because Gary had natural gray streaks in his hair, just like Peter Criss. That was hysterical. His hair, people used to think it was a wig, but it was his actual hair, and he actually had gray streaks in it, just like Peter Criss. Lots of rare bootlegs from the 70s and 80s. Nice. I used to get a bunch of cassettes. I had a bunch of rare bootlegs back in the day. I don't know what the hell ever happened to them. They're the sands of time lost. Kiss Convention guidebook signed by Gene from when I went to. Oh, so you went to the official Kiss Convention? Okay, in Toronto. Nice. Yeah, that was talking about a Kiss collection, right? All the shit that they had at those Toronto, well, not Toronto, just the Kiss conventions themselves. That was cool stuff. I have to get out to the Vegas one. And I found this picture going through all this stuff too. I didn't realize it was mixed in. So this is probably 1986. I was a freshman in high school. Halloween night, me and my friends, my friend Alex, my friend Rob, this was us. We painted our face and I went out and trick-or-treating. So I read my fault that this was my basement at my parents' house. Dad taking the pictures. There I am as Ace Frehley with hair. I know I have more pictures. I got to find more pictures. I know I have a picture of me probably from like 76 with my Love Gun shirt on and a little record player playing Kiss 45s. I remember it somewhere. I remember it was in our wedding video from when, as a kid picture. Yeah, thanks, Mick. I was scrolling through. I'm like, I know I had a bunch of pictures, and sure enough, I did find a lot. So those are all the pictures that I found. So those are the Kiss collectibles I had. And I know there's more in here. I got to scan through, like I said, because there's a lot. Maybe I'll do another Kiss collectible Kiss and Chat where I show like the stuff that I got from the 80s or all the magazines, because there's a bunch of pictures here, magazines and 80s stuff, some of the Spencer stuff, which was all cool stuff. I enjoyed it. I remember when they had the big Kiss display at Spencer's, and they had all the masks and everything. That obviously the neon sign and whatnot. Yeah, I know. I always said I would just go get some of the new stuff, which is really cool too. But it's like between that and Halloween stuff, I'll be divorced. My wife would kill me. She'd be like, seriously, gonna start collecting Kiss stuff again? She'll have my head. Iron-ons. I used to love iron-ons. I used to have a bunch of Kiss iron-ons. So I don't know if I told the story here. So where I grew up in Edgewater, New Jersey, they used to have a company there. It was called Crown Wire. It was like a wire company. It was a little industrial place down the road from my parents' house. And then I remember it closed, and then they used it for some, I don't know what the hell the company was used for, but they used to make iron-ons. So we used to, delinquents that we were, on the weekends break in there and steal iron-ons. But it wasn't just Kiss iron-ons. They had iron-ons of like muscle cars and like, the Farrah Fawcett poster. It was all that type of shit. But they used to always have Kiss iron-ons. We used to take all the freaking iron-ons, and everybody in school had T-shirts with iron-ons on them because we used to go in there and steal them all the time. The things we did back in the 80s, right? My kids don't know about stuff like that, and they don't watch this, so I'm safe. You know, Dad was a delinquent. But yeah, so that was all collectible stuff. So I think the next, any ideas for the next Kiss and Chat in 2 weeks? You know, we talked about the Kiss albums, the 70s albums, and our favorite songs, our least favorite songs, the skipper songs, what albums we liked. Maybe we'll do some live stuff. What we could do, we should do the solo. The solo albums would be a real interesting conversation because there's a lot of people with different opinions on the Kiss solo albums. That would be a real good conversation. So maybe the next Kiss and Chat. So now, can we do one in 2 weeks? So hold on. I know I'm going to be away, but I don't know if that falls in 2 weeks. So let's see. Today is the 17th. So one. It'll be the night before I go away. So yeah, we can do that because I'll be off the next day, so I can hang out. John's wish list includes the original in-store promo poster for the Canadian Summer Tour 77. That'd be cool. Now, was there a lot of different Canadian stuff up there? I mean, obviously promo stuff, I know, because it probably said Quality Records on it. But were there like any different Canadian collectibles? Because I really don't remember any collectibles that were different, that were Canadian. Like I do remember, like I said, the Viewmaster having, you know, French writing on it. And I think it was the Canadian version. We can do Kiss magazines, man. I had a bunch of them. I'll scan the pictures of the Kiss magazines. I remember I had a bunch of them as a kid, and I used to make a scrapbook. So I used to cut all the pictures out and put them in this big book. I wish I knew what the hell that book went. I had this big notebook. It was actually a Peter Criss notebook, one of the that I showed you. It was an old Peter Criss notebook from the 70s. I had gotten it, and I started cutting pictures out of all the rock magazines and making like a scrapbook. So most of my Kiss magazines I had in the 70s, I destroyed. So I bought them little by little. I remember going to the Meadowlands flea market. The Meadowlands is where, well, there was Giant Stadium at the time. Now it's where MetLife Stadium is. And the flea market there used to be a guy who used to have all these old rock magazines, and I used to get tons of Kiss magazines. That's where I got most of them from my collection. Kiss concerts, opening bands, concert venues. This guy's, yeah, I'm open for anything. Like I said, we the few times we went on a tangents that didn't have Kiss, but I'm open for anything, man. I just chatting away on Kiss music. I'm all for it. Trying to think of some opening band stuff. That would be a real good thing. We could do a whole episode on our favorite Kiss opening bands, and then we could just skewer to opening bands for other acts too. Or how many times have you ever gone to a concert specifically for the opening band? That's a good subject. There's a few times I went basically because I was not because I don't think I ever went to a concert to see an opening band where I disliked the headliner, but I was there more for the opening act than the headliner, I should say. There's a few of those. I know that. But yeah, we can do all sorts of cool shit like that. I got to dig up some more photos. I know there's a lot more photos of Kiss stuff. I got to go through everything. There's a lot of stuff from when I was younger too. All the photos that my parents had. And if you guys want, man, send me some pictures. I'll throw them up here. If you guys have a picture of your collection, send it to me. And so when we talk about this stuff, it'd be fun stuff to put up there. Great discussion is what Kiss fans would have preferred to happen. Oh, yeah, on the last show. Yeah. Well, I was hoping for more. I think we talked about a little bit of it. That's the main reason I didn't pay the money for the show, because I could have easily went. Madison Square Garden is about an hour and a half from my house. So I thought about it, and I kept seeing the ticket prices weren't cheap for nosebleeds. Nosebleeds were still a couple $100. Day of, they did drop a little bit. You could still get the tickets. I mean, they could say it was sold out, but I went on the Ticketmaster. They still had some. But I just had a funny and sneaking suspicion they weren't going to do anything. Nothing special. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to be really pissed if I spend a couple $100 on a ticket, gas, toll to get into Manhattan, probably $50 to park. You know, it's a whole package deal. And for a cookie cutter concert that I could just watch on pay-per-view. That's not to say it's not enjoyable. You know, not to say, hey, this was the last Kiss concert that I went to. But I was like, I enjoyed it at home. Pay-per-view. it was a good show, but I would have hoped for something, maybe even like a whole retrospective video or something. But I guess it is what it is at this point, right? Anybody here going to see Gene on his with his band? I keep looking to see if they're coming near me because I would go see that. I mean, I've seen Ace a million times. Be like cool. I didn't see Paul when he did his solo tour. I remember he came to the New York area, and I forget why the hell I couldn't go, but I wasn't able to go. That was for the Live to Win tour. I didn't make it to that. I did see Peter Criss years ago when he had that Chris Cat album out, CD rather. I saw him in New York, and he was all right. It was actually so. It was funny because they were playing all this. They were playing everything from the Chris Cat album, and you would have thought that you would have played more Kiss stuff. So you can tell people were really not into it because they wanted to hear him do Kiss stuff. And I don't know, without opening up the CD, I forget what the name of the bass player was. And you can see he was getting pissed off because nobody was getting into it because everybody wanted to hear the Kiss stuff. Nobody really knew the Chris stuff. Like you should have did like 1 for 1, get people riled up because you're playing all this stuff that people don't know and they want to hear the hits. Well, the classics. So I just remember, I forget who the bass player was, but yeah, he was freaking pissed. And then, of course, when they started playing stuff, people got into it. They wanted to hear the Kiss stuff. So I don't know if anybody was there to see it. Anybody out there? It was when Peter Criss played Roseland, the Roseland Ballroom in New York City. Bill's buddy Craig fell asleep once and they painted up his whole face like Paul Stanley, the star, lipstick, the whole shebang. Well, hey, I'd rather that than you dressing me up like a broad. Hoping for a living, breathing Kiss 2.0 premiere. Yep. I mean, that was the thing. I mean, how many times did Gene say that they were talking about having a complete replacement band, like to the point where he was pitching a reality show to find their replacements. So I thought that was going to happen too. Awesome, man. I thought for sure that was going to happen. And truth be told, I would probably take that over the Avatars. The Avatars, you could do both, but you want to have an officially sanctioned touring Kiss tribute band. I've gotten to see tons of Kiss tribute bands, and it's always a fun time. And they're usually pretty good. But if they had an officially sanctioned one, I'd go check it out. I mean, I wouldn't, it would be one of those things where it's like they couldn't do it all the time, because they can't keep coming around doing the same thing over and over again if it's just the same thing. But I would check it out if it was like Kiss 2.0. Why not? What the hell? As long as it wasn't crazy expensive because it's basically a tribute band and they wouldn't be playing arenas. Cold Gin was good. And there was another one live. Then there was what the hell is the other one that was local? God, I forget. There was a couple of local ones in the tri-state area by me that we've seen that were really good. And hey, give all credit to the world. It was good to go hear all that stuff, and people would sound pretty good. Did you go? Believe it or not, no, I didn't go to the 95 Kiss convention. I didn't make it to any of the officially sanctioned ones when they did the Kiss, because I forget at the time when they did the one in New York City, and I forget there was something that was going on at the time that I wasn't able to go. I had every intention of going, but I don't remember what it was, but I couldn't go. I've seen Midget Kiss. Midget Kiss has been around forever. Jesus, I remember seeing Midget Kiss gotta be 25 years ago. I remember seeing Midget Kiss where they just get out there and lip sync and they have like wood fake instruments and it's just a bunch of, Kiss midgets. Or I know it's a completely incorrect term to call them, but they call themselves the Kiss midgets. Yeah, I so wanted to go. A friend, my buddy Pat, that was in the picture, he went. And I forget what the fuck, something came up that I couldn't go. I was pissed. I was totally pissed off. Yeah, but Midget Kiss, I thought I had a picture from when I saw them. I can ask my wife because I remember going with one of her cousins. And I swore he took pictures at the time. I'd have to look and see if it was there, if I can find any. Well, I remember the price was steep. but I was willing to pay because I was still collecting. So as a collector, if you just were going to go, it was a nostalgia thing. And if you were like a collector and you like nostalgia, it was worth every penny. But if you really were just going there to see, as a fan and not into all that stuff, I could see people complain about the price. Yeah, that's on one of those EPs, one of those Skid Row EPs. I know they did. What did they do without me looking? Was it Come On and Love Me and something else? Help me, Bill. I know it was. I have it. I know I have the CD. Yeah, with $100 plus free autographs. Could you imagine for what people pay now? All those VIP things to go see Kiss were like 2,000. I mean, God, the VIPs on the end of the road tour must have been through the roof. I can only imagine a couple grand. That's just insane. I mean, I'm a diehard Kiss fan, but I couldn't lay that kind of money out. There's no way. Well, first of all, there's no way in hell the wife would ever let me do that. So yeah, some of those meet and greets are pricey as all hell. A couple $1,000s, even for shows nowadays. People go to shows and they get these tickets and they're spending $2,000-$3,000 to go see a show. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever paid more than $150 for a ticket. And I think that the most I ever paid were for Kiss tickets, like $150. Anything other than that, it's always been less. No way in hell. That's why I'm 52 years old. I don't think you'll ever see me at an arena show anymore or a stadium show because I absolutely refuse to pay the prices they're charging these days for tickets. Just crazy. Like this Sunday, I'm going to see Pat Benatar. My wife and I are going to see Pat Benatar. And we got lawn seats. Tickets are $25 a piece. Why not? That's fine. I'll go with like these shed shows that they do in the summertime. We get lawn seat for like $20 or even $50 on the high end. That's fine. Brady, still here. The only one I haven't gotten to meet is Paul Stanley. Good luck. Yeah, I think the only way you're going to meet him is if you buy his artwork, because he sells his art in those galleries, and I guess you get to meet him if you buy his artwork, because it's probably not cheap. Bill said, "Yeah, I knew it was come. Oh, sorry, I knew it was Come On and Love Me, but I can't remember what was it Cole Jen? Yeah, Come On and Love Me. I know it's on one of the CDs." Nick would rather see Gigi Allen take a shit than pay $10,000 for his guitar. Yeah, that was the thing that was crazy. You could buy a guitar, Ace, or actually, I guess Paul was doing it. Paul would play it, and you get the guitar, and he'd sign it. I guess you'd meet him for was it $10,000? That is just crazy. Who's got that kind of money? Jesus Christ. Yeah, $100. Fuck that, man. I mean, Kiss. I think the most I ever spent on a Kiss ticket, believe it or not, was probably $150. And I could justify that because the show they put on. You're not just going to see a bunch of guys in jeans and with long hair just up there playing and charging $150. I mean, you get a show. So $150, I'll tell you. Yeah, Sean Clark. I remember when he showed the Kiss guitar that he got. So yeah, he got one. I remember with his video. That's just fucking crazy. But I see these ticket prices. This is fucking crazy as hell, man. $500, $1,000. You got to be crazy. Who's got the kind of money for that shit? Yeah, the Purple Iceman. I always said I was going to get an Iceman, and I never did. The mirror one. My friend Pat's got it. Brett, you're still. Well, these are easy shot. Pat, that needs to get out. Kiss Mini Golf Course and Museum. Yeah, I definitely have to. Were you here earlier? Did you see the photo? Because Brady met my friend Pat at Age 45 convention. So that's Pat on the top. That's Pat right behind me. Me dressed as Ace, and that's Pat, who you met out in Age 45. Dressed as Paul Stanley. Another big, not only Kiss fan, but big Halloween guy. You were gone for you're gone, all right. Yeah, so we used to do that every year. It was a lot of fun. Dressing like Kiss. Used to take pictures with everybody. We walked into a wedding because I remember we went to it was like a Halloween party in a hotel. And like one ballroom was a big Halloween party. Another ballroom, there was a wedding going on. People saw us dressed as Kiss. And it's like, oh, you guys come take pictures. So we're taking pictures with people at their wedding. All drunk. What is the rarest piece in my Halloween? It'd probably be one of two things. One of three things, I guess. The Atari 2600 cartridge. Yeah, either that or the 35, a full 35 millimeter print of Halloween from '78, or maybe even the Kiss press book, which was basically the first press. Didn't have a press kit at the time for Halloween. It was called a press book. It was like a foldable sheet, and those are tough to find. And the one I got is absolutely mint. The cool hair dude that looked at Harry's picture. Yeah, that's him. That was him dressed as Ace Frehley right behind me. From I think that's like 1995 or 96. I forget if I was dating my wife yet. Now it says a lot of shows and tours are being canceled this year due to high ticket prices. Live Nation aftermarket sellers and too many bands on the market. Day of sales don't work in business. But it's just crazy. I don't know how people go. I really don't. I remember I tried to get tickets. Was it last year? I was trying to get tickets for Pink because my daughter and my wife wanted to go see Pink. And like nosebleed seats were like $500-$600. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Same thing with the Stones. I was gonna get Stones tickets. My wife loves the Stones, and I've never seen them. And right at the gate they were $400 or $500 a piece. Nope, sorry. Nope, you can keep that shit. Next, looking for Friday 13th NES with box and instructions. Do you have one for Brett? You still in the chat? Do you have one of the games? I wonder if Joe has it. J-Lo cancels her recent tour supposedly because it's crazy. I mean, I know everything's inflated now, so things cost more. I get that, but not that much. And it's basically due to the fact that people, because they figure if somebody's going to take my ticket and jack the price up, I might as well make the extra money. I get it, but the thing is, you're just scaring people away. If you it's because now everybody's paying that premium price. You're never going to get the value. You just have the cartridge. You don't have it in the box. Yeah, I think you're going to see more and more tours. I'm listening to Eddie Trunk, but I listen to a lot of other people like him, and they all say the same thing. Look, if you don't want to pay the prices, then don't pay it. You vote with your wallet. If people are going to keep paying the prices, they're going to keep charging those prices. People stop paying those prices, they're going to sit back and reconsider. Speaking of Pink, Pat Benatar was one of the opening. Oh, that's who opened up for Pink? Well, I forgot, Brady. I completely forgot. So if you're up for a matinee podcast Sunday, I can't do Sunday night because Sunday night we're going to see Pat Benatar. I completely forgot. So I will not be available for the podcast on Sunday night. But we could do a matinee if you're interested in like a early afternoon. Maybe if the weather's nice, I'll do it from the pool. As long as it's not disgustingly hot like it is now and humid. Bill says, I'm a lifelong concert goer, usually going to dozens every year. I can count the number of concerts I've been to in the last few years on one hand now. Since the pandemic, I'm right there with you, man. I used to go to shows all the time. I remember in high school, shit, all I did was work and buy tickets for concerts. I remember the mirror in my bedroom. When I lived in my parents' house, I had all the tickets just lined up on the mirror of all the shows I was going to, because the tickets were like $10 at the time, $10-15 at the most. I mean, granted, yeah, it was 40 years ago, but what they're charging these days. That's why I'll go to small theater shows or shed shows in the summertime, because you can get lawn seats for $25. Like who did I just see? I just went and saw the Damned. Yeah, I'm a big Kiss fan, but I love old school punk rock, so I'm a big fan of the band The Damned. I just saw the Damned like 2-3 months ago in a 3,000 seater theater. I think I paid $65 for the ticket, all the fees and all the other bullshit included. Perfect. Didn't have to pay for parking. The place was 35 minutes from my house. And then I went and saw Brother Kane. If you guys remember the band Brother Kane from the 90s, I'm a big Brother Kane fan. Love Damon Johnson. They're doing a 30th anniversary tour. I went and saw them in Denell, New Jersey. Bought the ticket for $45. And the same thing. It was like a 2,000 seat theater. But that's the only shit I'll go to now. Like Pat Benatar, we're going to see this weekend. It's a shed. It's like a small amphitheater. It's Bethel Woods. It's the site of the original Woodstock. They built an amphitheater on the site, and there's a museum you can tour because it's the actual physical site of where the Woodstock was in '69. And it's, I don't know what shit. My son works there, so ask him how much it holds, but it never gets. It's there's a lot of people there, but it's not like overly crowded. It's comfortable, so that's why I don't mind going there. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot going on here. Let's see. Conjure Cobra. Mixes. I just attend punk shows like the Circle Jerks. Yeah, I never saw the Circle Jerks. I'd love to see the Circle Jerks. They just played around here and I couldn't go. Fear's playing. I'm pissed. Bretty, remember we met Mr. Body. Brett and I were at Chiller Theater, so I got to meet Lee Ving. And Fear's playing the weekend I'll be down the Jersey Shore. I'm like, of course. Otherwise, I'd definitely be going with my son. There's no doubt seeing the original band back with the makeup was a bucket list concert. What a great! Oh yeah, I remember. Tell you, man, I have no problem saying it, man. I almost brought a tear to my eye when I saw them for the first time at Madison Square Garden. Seeing the original band, I was freaking like I was just blown away. Does anybody have Eric Carr's solo album on vinyl? Only 4,000 copies were pressed last year for Record Store Day. No, I saw that. I didn't buy it. I should have, and should have got it for my son and threw it in the collection, his collection, but no. Bill says, come see an Everscape show. Usually around $10 and you get free stickers and shit. That's it, man. You just go to go theaters and clubs. That's it, man. Go give everybody else love because it's just too expensive. The original, no, the show I saw, they did just play in New York City, and I wasn't able to go, and they played with oh god, who was there? I don't think the Rat was there. The Rat and Brian James were supposed to be there, but there was some issue with their friggin' visas. They couldn't get into the country, so they had other people filling in. But I saw them with the current version, with like Monty Oxymoron. Who the hell was on bass? I'm trying to remember who was on bass. But the captain was there, Dave Vanian, but I'm trying to remember who the hell the bass player was. I forget. But no, it wasn't the original version. But they were supposed to be the original version playing in Manhattan, but there was something to do with their the Rats visa, and I'm pretty sure Brian James too. We hit. That's right. We hit over 1,500 subscribers on the channel this week. That's awesome. The more people to hang out and chat with, more people that I can annoy with Halloween and Kiss stuff. That is my goal. Leaving is way cool. Yeah, he was awesome. He let me record a video of him saying hello to my son because my son wasn't there. I was telling him what a big fan of Fear he is, and he was cool as hell. Yeah, Brett was with me when we met him. That was it. Mr. Body. Yeah, that was it. So the Damned, the 2000 with Zombie. I've seen the Damned several incarnations of the Damned. I've seen him, I have to say, at least a dozen times. Thanks, Bill. Yeah, we should do we have to do a celebratory stream. Maybe do some giveaways or something. The bucket list item is watching some Tales from the Dark Side episodes while camping. Yeah, shit, we got to figure out when to get back on that. So the big joke is, if for those who are here for Kiss, we do a watch along when we have time of Tales from the Dark Side. We love that stuff, that shit. Your band played with with Lorna Doom. Wow, who was the? Well, is it the Reformed Germs? Was it the version with the guy? I forget his name. The guy that played Darby Crash in the movie, because I know they toured with him singing. Was it that version? I wanted to check it out. I like that movie. I thought he played Darby Crash really well. Yeah. Go camping and watch some Tales from the Dark Side. And it's funny. It was that version, right? Yeah, he was good. He looked just he played the part well and he sounded good too, man. I would love to have seen him. How crazy that Pat Smear's in the friggin' Rock and Roll Hall of Fame now from the Chirps. Actually, that's the funny thing too. Was it the year that he went in with the Foo Fighters? Is when the Go-Go's went in because Belinda Carlisle was actually used to hang out with them. Wasn't she the original drummer? Yeah, I would love to have seen that. The funny thing is, I didn't know they were touring at the time. Otherwise, I would have looked into it. I saw it after the fact. Bill says if I'm only ever going camping again if I can watch at the same time. But that's what we have to do. We have to all plan a camping trip somewhere, and we can all watch the first season. Your best friend played Pat Smear's guitar. Nice. Yeah, the Germs, man. The first time I saw the Germs was the hell was it? The Decline of Western Civilization. And I was just like, holy shit, this guy's out of his friggin' mind, and he was. You can try some of Gene's boots at the museum in Vegas. Really? His original like stage one boots? Don Boyles is so weird. Yeah, well, they're all freaking weird. I mean, there was some crazy shit going on back in the day. That's why it would have been nice when I finally made it out to LA if some of those other venues were there that like the Germs and some of the other classic bands played, like the Starwood and Fleetwood, all those places were all gone. I did make it to the Rainbow. I was happy. I made it to the Rainbow, made it to the Whiskey. So 2 bucket list items and the Roxy. I could say I made them there, and it was awesome. But we'll go for a couple more minutes. Then we get out of here. Just found an autographed edition. Mike Savage, what's up, man? Just found an autographed edition of Sex Money Kiss at the thrift store for $1. Really? Nice. I have the truth be told, I have that book, but I've never read it. I got it as a gift, and I just never read it. Is that good? I got to see if it's on Audible. If it's on Audible, I should do it. I read all the other books. I mean, here's a good thing. You Kiss geeks out there that read all the books. What's your favorite Kiss book? I would have to say still to this day, Kiss and Sell. That to me, that's still the best one. I found a 12-inch copy of 45 Graves Party Time for cheap. Awesome. Great song. I think when we did our songs, right, Bill? We did our songs from horror movies. I remember. I think we all had. I know I had Party Time on my list. I think you did too. The Plasmatics played at the local college where you grew up the night after they opened for Kiss in Toronto. The newspaper the next day claimed the Plasmatics were banned from playing there again. Why? Because she broke out the chainsaw and sewed her guitar in half, probably. Maybe something else. That was always the oddest combination. I would love to have seen the Plasmatics. I love some of the songs they did back in the day. I had I used to have Coup d'etat. I had no was it No Rest for the Wretched, whatever that album was. I remember that, where it was all around the pool. I had a couple of different ones, but I would love to have seen them. And it was weird how they struck up such a good rapport with Gene Beauvoir, and he actually co-wrote with Kiss. I always thought that was just an odd combination. Those boots are latex boots. I wore them at the former location across from the old Hard Rock Casino. Okay, gotcha. You skimmed it. It's not set up like a traditional biography. It's like little vignettes. Yeah, I remember something. There was a reason why I didn't read it. I was like, one of these days I'll get to it. Now it's sitting on my shelf, and I never read it. But I still have to say, I guess Kiss and Sell is probably the best book by C.K. Lent. Their old the guy who used to work for the business managers. Who's sending me stuff? Freddie's sending me stuff. Uh-oh, that can't be good. Oh yeah, some pictures from the museum. I got to get out there when I go to. I got to get out to Vegas one of these days. Pretty sure we all had party time. Yeah, I'm sure we did. I know I did. Yeah, if you guys want, go check it out. We did our best song/band moments in horror. Bill joined us and Brady, and it's an episode we did a couple months ago. That was a lot of fun. It was good shit. All right, gang. So I think I'm going to head out because it's a little after 10 here, and I go say hello to the wife and go to sleep. Brady, I'll be in touch with you. Let me know if you want to do, if you're able to do like a matinee on Sunday, because I can't do the regular typical podcast. But let's see. Oh yeah, the book, The Complete Touring History is awesome. That's a great book. He might have sent me dick pics. I wouldn't tell though. It's our secret. The CK Lent book is the best. Yeah, I've read that. How many times I go back and read that because it's just so interesting, all the shit that went on. Yeah, that Robert Duncan book was, yeah. All the older original books were, they didn't really talk about a lot of shit. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we'll do it again in 2 weeks, man. We'll throw something together. 2 weeks. Yeah, definitely in 2 weeks we'll do it because it'll be the night before I leave for a couple of days for the Jersey Shore. So I'll definitely do that. It'd be a good way to start my little mini vacation. But you guys, do me a favor, hit that like button before everybody bails out. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching this after the fact, come join the cult. Awesome, everybody. So hold on a second. I don't think I see any picture, please. Nice. Yeah, definitely hit me up on Insta. Send me some pictures. I'll bring it up in the next stream. Do you guys have any pictures of your collections you want to throw up there? Send them to me. I'll bring them up. But let me find my little outro here. Outro. Okay, cool. Everybody have a great week. Brett, I'll be in touch, and hopefully we'll do something on Sunday, and we'll do this again in 2 weeks. Thanks, everybody, for chatting. Hit that like button, subscribe, all that happy horse shit, and everybody have a great day tomorrow. Later.